Hello everyone, so going to be doing the unboxing of the first Thermal Hunter kits that have arrived. They're all in this box. So far I've got 25 of them. I've got a bunch in this box and a bunch in another box. And so we're gonna open this box and take a look at how these kits look. All very nicely and carefully packed. And here you can see the kits. I'll take one out and we will get into it and have a look at the what it's like. So the kit comes in a pack like this. It's got, you can see it's got the push rods in it, nicely packed. It's got the plan and all of the wood. And since I'm gonna be building one of these as a test, I'll be opening this packet up and taking a look at what we have inside. This one is going to be built to make sure I'm happy with everything, and then I'll turn it into an electric. It'll be the electric prototype T-Hunter. So there we've got the plan. This is the most updated version of the plan. It looks like the plotter did a reasonably nice job. You can see these lines on the plan. That's means that the heads on the plotter need to be cleaned off. But that doesn't change anything else really. Looks good. It's all there. Very usable. I end up cutting them up anyway, so for me, a plan is kind of a tool. It's part of the building process, and the cut up parts get discarded in the end. So that's the plan. Set that aside. The kit itself, let's see here. So these are the push rods, and each one has got a piece of piano wire in it for driving the two ruddervators, because the V-tail. I'm going to cut through. Each kit is packaged nicely with masking tape. So, oh yeah, very nice quality laser cutting. Really like that. That is good. That's pretty much as good as the laser I use here, which I have to say, that's impressive. That is really nice laser cutting. Okay. I can see here that the text, these are the leading edges. So this I designed this with a plywood core for the leading edge, and then top and bottom you glue on these nice soft balsa leading edges, and then you just shape the leading edge using the ply core as a kind of as a guide. There we go. There's the ruddervators, and a second ruddervator. Wood quality is decent. I asked for them to be not too heavy. I asked for them to be between 110 and 100 kilograms per cubic meter balsa, which I think is like around 10 pounds per cubic, between 10 and 7 pounds per cubic foot. Yeah, it's nice wood. I'm happy with the wood. Laser cutting is as good as I can do here, which is great. Very happy with that. Yeah, pretty consistent. Yeah, this is going to build out into a decently light model. A little bit harder wood for the fuselage. That's good. Okay. Yeah. So there's all fuselage components. You can see some ribs here. You can see the ribs are notched, and that is for the 1/16 or 1.5 millimeter ply leading edge that slots into the ribs. So basically, between the leading edge and these are all the excellent, yeah, really nice laser cutting. These are all of the shear webs and some of the riblets and so on. Very good. I'm impressed. Definitely impressed. This is all the Canopy Assembly. More ribs. Yeah, reasonable wood. This has got, oh, these are the longerons for the internal fuselage. This is at a 2 millimeter balsa. Yeah. Here are the V-tail guides and some guides for shaping the leading edge, just to double check that your shaping is correct. Again, this is why I put the ply in the middle of the leading edge, because it'll help you get that shape without digging in. The ply will prevent you from making the leading edge too narrow. It's going to be a nice, useful guide. And so these parts here turn into these jigs for the V-tail. This is the sheeting for the leading, basically the wing center sheeting, with holes cut out for the wing bolts. Nice. And then here we go. This is the hardwood parts, very nicely cut. So that's your wing leading edge. All of that is going to hold basically helps you build the wing nice and square, makes building the wing easier in theory, and will result in a very nice, strong, easy to shape leading edge. And here are the parts for these are the fuselage internals, the plywood doublers for the internal fuselage. Oh, I'm excited to build this one. And then last but not least, spars. So this is one of the tricky bits. So the traditional wing spar for a glider like this would be spruce. If you look on the SIG website, they recommend, well, in fact, they say that they don't use spruce anymore. They now use basswood. And of course, my laser cutting factory, they don't have basswood, but they do have Paulownia wood. And the claim is that it's more or less equivalent. It's got more of a grain than bass. Bass has got a cleaner, finer grain. These are wing spars. You can see that there's these little scallops with notches, and each of those is basically going to hold a ribbon. So the notch, the reason there's a little scallop that comes out is to create the notch. I didn't want the notch to go into the spar itself. So the spar itself is kind of there, and the notches is sort of an addition to hold the rib in the correct place and orientation. So between the notches here, the notches on the trailing edges, and the notches on the leading edges, the whole wing should be relatively easy to build. So that is the kit as it is. In addition to what you see here, I'll be including a little hardware pack with each kit that includes the wing joiners, the wing joiner tubes, which are brass tubes, some magnets for holding on the canopy, magnet for the servo that drives the spoiler, and wing bolts. So all of that will be included. Oh, and a tow hook. Tow hook will be included in the kit as well. The tow hook looks like Here's the tow hook assembly, and I make these myself, so they're basically 2.5 millimeter, well, yeah, it's like 2.5 mil stainless steel, threaded with a blind nut and a little lock nut. So those will be included in each kit as well. So between all these bits, these are basically about as close to full kits as you could want. There's actually, I don't think you actually have to add anything. Everything you add to these kits is covering material. When you've completed the build, you cover it, and then Bob's your uncle. There we go. There's the trailing edges. So the trailing edges have notches as well. So all the parts are there. Yeah. I'm looking forward to doing this build. So, you know, in the coming week or so, I will tackle this particular Thermal Hunter using all of these newly designed parts. And in this case, I will electrify it. So there'll be an ET Hunter. And between the two, for the ET Hunter, I think what I'll do is I'll just use the kit that you will get in the mail. Will be this kit, and then there'll be a little addendum kit that goes into it, which basically allows you to swap out. If I go forward here, and I'm not sure to what extent this will be necessary, but like here you can see this is each of these guys, this is the nose, which gets sort of like a puzzle piece that interlocks with the other part of the fuselage here, so that would be the fuselage. Well, I may change the design here, shorten it a bit, and have the motor in here or something like that. And so there may be like an addendum sheet with parts for the electric version that just gets included if someone buys an electric version. So yeah, that's the unboxing of the new Thermal Hunter kits. The next unboxing I'll do will be for the Rookie kit and the Rookie Light kit. So stay tuned. See you later.